And not for the first time, almost beaten by the lack of pace on serve. So victory for Alexandra.
Alex Eala has arrived at the Upper Austria Ladies Linz and immediately made her presence felt in the most convincing fashion imaginable, delivering a composed, dominant, and highly authoritative victory over Julia Grabher, the hometown favorite, the crowd's choice, and the player local supporters hoped would produce something memorable on home courts. But Eala had no intention of stepping into the role of a visitor overwhelmed by the moment. Instead, she arrived with purpose, arrived to compete, arrived to send a message, and she delivered exactly that, because this was far more than a routine opening round win. This was a statement performance. This was Eala stepping onto clay for the first time this season and announcing to the entire Women's Tennis Association that she is ready, she is confident, and she is here to stay. And what makes Eala so compelling is that she never approaches tournaments cautiously. She doesn't gradually ease into competition, she doesn't need time to adjust. She enters fully focused, already prepared, already competing at an intensity that puts opponents under pressure from the very first point, and that is exactly what unfolded against Grabher. From the opening exchanges, Eala's intentions were clear, she understood her strategy, she executed it cleanly, and even when Grabher responded, even when the home favorite attempted to turn the contest into an emotional struggle fueled by crowd energy, Eala remained steady, composed, and firmly in control. And the match itself delivered quality from start to finish. Both players showed determination early, Grabher proving she would not surrender easily, using her familiarity with the surface and the support behind her, while Eala struck first, claiming the opening points and setting the tempo, yet Grabher battled back, leveling the contest and pushing the score to 3-all midway through the first set. And it was at that precise moment Eala elevated her level, deciding to take command, pushing through resistance, grinding out crucial rallies and gradually asserting dominance, every game tightly contested, every point fiercely fought, yet Eala consistently found solutions, eventually securing the opening set 6-4 through resilience and precision, and she carried that confidence straight into the second set, racing ahead with 3 quick games to place Grabher under immediate pressure, though Grabher again fought back, encouraged by the crowd and searching for momentum briefly, threatening a comeback, but Eala responded decisively, lifting her level once more, closing out the second set 6-3 with authority, confirming this was no fortunate win but a performance built on control, movement, and tactical awareness, particularly impressive given the transition from hard courts to clay. Yet Eala looked comfortable throughout, moving efficiently, constructing points intelligently, adapting smoothly to slower conditions, and already appearing like one of the most dangerous players in the draw. And after the match she displayed the humility that has endeared her to fans, offering genuine praise for Grabher's effort, showing respect for the battle while quietly reinforcing that her own performance was built on confidence, discipline, and a clear belief that this clay court season could become another major step forward in her rapidly rising career. She meant every word she said. Alex Eala acknowledged the strength of Julia Grabher, respected the challenge of the contest, and wished her opponent success moving forward, reflecting the sportsmanship, humility, and grace in victory that define her character, qualities that make her not only an exciting competitor but also a remarkable ambassador for tennis. Then came the moment that sent Filipino supporters into pure celebration, as Eala turned toward the fans who traveled across borders to support her at the Upper Austria Ladies Linz, thanking them in Filipino, speaking directly to them, acknowledging their passion, and making each supporter feel valued, because her connection with fans is authentic, heartfelt, and deeply personal. And she even encouraged them to return the following day when the stakes would rise dramatically, because her next opponent would be Jelena Ostapenko, a matchup filled with history and intrigue, as their previous meeting saw Eala enter as the underdog while Ostapenko arrived as the established favorite in strong form, yet Eala refused to follow expectations, battling back after falling behind in the opening set, holding her nerve under immense pressure, and capturing it in a dramatic tiebreak. Before the second set produced even more tension as Eala surged ahead, Ostapenko fought back, and momentum shifted repeatedly, but Eala's calm composure ultimately prevailed as she secured victory and stunned the Women's Tennis Association world, a triumph made even more impressive when she followed it by defeating Iga Swiatek in the next round, highlighting the level she can reach. And now Ostapenko returns with revenge in mind, yet Eala enters this clash after a commanding performance against Grabher, displaying smooth movement, confident shot-making and total control on clay, while Ostapenko must manage pressure and memories of their previous encounter, leaving momentum, confidence, and form firmly on Eala's side as the clay season begins, with her looking dangerous and ready to build further. And before wrapping up, we want your thoughts. Was this the dominant performance you expected from Eala? And who takes the upcoming showdown, Eala continuing her rise or Ostapenko striking back? Share your predictions below, because we read every comment and want to hear who you are backing in this highly anticipated second-round battle. She elevated her intensity at exactly the right time and closed out the second set 6-3 with authority, a finish that felt commanding, controlled, and completely convincing. This was not fortune smiling in her direction, and it certainly was not a result that exaggerated her level. This was a genuine display of quality from Alex Eala on clay, a surface many had been watching closely to evaluate how she would transition after a hard court stretch, and the conclusion was undeniable: she adjusted brilliantly. There was never a phase in the match where Eala appeared uneasy on the surface, nor a single stretch where she seemed unsure of her footing. She moved confidently, constructed rallies with intelligence, and embraced the slower pace with natural comfort, suggesting her style translates seamlessly to clay. And with the season only just beginning, she already looks like one of the most dangerous names in the draw. After the match, Eala displayed another quality that fans have come to admire, showing humility in victory by praising Julia Grabher for her resilience and determination, words that carried sincerity as she acknowledged the challenge and wished her opponent success moving forward, reinforcing her reputation for sportsmanship, respect, and grace. Traits that make her not only exciting to watch but also a wonderful ambassador for the sport. Then came the moment that electrified Filipino supporters inside the arena, as Eala turned to her fans who had traveled to support her abroad and thanked them in Filipino, speaking directly to them, recognizing their passion, and making them feel valued, a gesture that reflected the genuine connection she shares with her supporters, one rooted in authenticity rather than performance. She encouraged them to return the following day because the stakes were about to rise dramatically with a showdown against Jelena Ostapenko, a matchup filled with history, as their previous encounter saw Eala enter as the underdog while Ostapenko arrived as the established favorite. Yet Eala refused to follow expectations, falling 4 points behind in the first set before mounting a remarkable comeback, holding her nerve under pressure and capturing the set in a dramatic 7-6 tiebreak. And the second set proved just as tense, with Eala building a 4-point lead before Ostapenko battled back, forcing the contest to the brink again. But Eala's composure ultimately prevailed as she secured another 7-6 finish, sealing a victory that sent shockwaves across the Women's Tennis Association landscape. And she followed that breakthrough by defeating Iga Swiatek in the next round, illustrating the level she can reach. And now Ostapenko returns with revenge on her mind while Eala arrives in strong form after her dominant win over Grabher, moving smoothly, striking confidently, and showing no hesitation, leaving momentum, confidence, and belief firmly in her favor as she prepares to prove once again why she is one of the most exciting players on tour. And before we wrap up, we want to hear your thoughts. Was this the dominant performance you expected from Eala, and who takes the upcoming clash? Does Eala repeat her success, or does Ostapenko respond? Drop your predictions in the comments below because we read every single one and want to know who you are backing for this highly anticipated second-round battle.